Starts a recount of the presidential vote only hours from now as Jill Stein keeps up the pressure with an upcoming news conference in front of Trump Tower. Our panel debates that on what is really driving her based on this debate from Sunday. Give it a listen.
Dr. Stein, how many votes did you get in this election?
Excuse me, how many votes did Donald Trump get? He got about 2.5 million less votes.
He got 62.5 million votes.
Less votes than Hillary Clinton. So I think
the American people votes. How many votes did you get, Dr. Stein?
Explanation here of what is going on.
Dr. Stein, could you answer the question?
I am not going to be the beneficiary of this one way or the other. That's why I can do this, because I am a nonpartisan.
But he got 62.5 million votes. How many did you get? I mean, the question really is who's speaking for American voters,
him or you? This is not about Donald Trump. It's not about Hillary Clinton. It's not about my campaign. It's not about Gary Johnson. This is about the American voters who deserve to have a voting system we can trust.
Wow. That's kind of how it went from Fox News Sunday. In about 2 hours, a recount in Michigan begins. That's today at high noon. Katie Pavlich, news editor for townhall.com, and a Fox News contributor. Marianne Marsh, former senior advisor to John Kerry. Ladies, good day to both of you. I have a simple question for both of you as well. Yep. Marianne, maybe you start here. If she wins, what does she win?
Well, democracy wins. This is not, to her point. And
the whole system.
The whole system. I mean, this is the one time I will ever agree with Jill Stein, who I was pretty critical of throughout this whole election. This isn't about her. It's not about Hillary Clinton. It's not about Donald Trump. This is the first presidential election we had without the Voting Rights Act. And there have been plenty of questions raised in many states, and Michigan is the best example, frankly, where you had 4.9 million votes cast, 10,000 vote difference between the two, 0.2%, yet 88,000 ballots cast mostly in Detroit. Nothing in the presidential slot, but they voted on every other race, twice as many blanks for the presidential race than in 2012. That should raise questions with everybody.
The whole system of democracy rests on this. All right, Katie, your turn now. Ready? Okay, simple question.
Okay.
If she wins, what does she win?
Well, I'm not really sure what it means for her to win in this instance. Jill Stein's argument that the system has been hacked is completely undermined in Michigan, where the director of elections has said that there's no internet connection to their voting. It's ballots that are counted by voting machines. It's not connected to the internet. And she does stand to benefit here. She's raised more money with the recount effort than she did during her entire campaign. And I find it a little bit rich that someone like Jill Stein, who comes from the side of the political spectrum that has been against measures to prevent voter fraud, is now all of a sudden concerned about the legitimacy of the voting system in terms of voter fraud. They have fought tooth and nail against every single measure that conservative groups, that middle-of-the-road, nonpartisan groups have put into place to ensure that there isn't fraud in the system. Now, all of a sudden, when she benefits financially and tries to insert cynicism into the system and doubt into the legitimacy of the system, she's the one who's benefiting financially, and I think that is a real shame when it comes to trying to break down the entire system for her own personal
She's
gain.
raising money and she's making Trump look less legitimate. That's a case, Marianne, that Republicans have been arguing from the beginning. Kellyanne Conway took this on, too. Just quickly, watch.
I'd say to her, give it up, as it seems like you're doing in Pennsylvania, for a very simple reason. Even your friends in the Clinton campaign have admitted that these recounts will not change any result.
Yeah, Pennsylvania, they gave it up on Sunday, or over the weekend on Saturday. Marianne, just come back to the question. You win? I mean, help us try and define that, because it all just seems like a stunt, and it seems rather transparent.
Well, first of all, one quick point here. Jill Stein raised money because it takes money to do recounts. Unfortunately, we live in a country now where you have to have a bake sale to make sure that an election was held fairly and accurately, number one. Two, to correct you, Bill, with all due respect, they didn't give up on the Pennsylvania recount. That's still going on.
No,
they're going to federal court.
They announced it
so they're counting in Philadelphia today. No, they're going to federal court. Michigan asked for a $1 million bond to have a hearing today, which is why they went to federal court instead. So I think the question here is, Donald Trump is going to end up getting about 3 million votes less than Hillary Clinton. He won the Electoral College, no question, but why would anyone object to making sure that all the votes were counted, including military absentee ballots, absentee ballots, everybody else? Why
Katie,
not?
count every vote. I mean,
they've already recounted 25,000 absentee ballots in Philadelphia that they mysteriously found.
They recounted the votes in Wisconsin based on those returns. Hillary Clinton went ahead by a single vote. Everyone is laughing at Jill Stein. The largest newspaper in Wisconsin did this, scathing editorial against Hillary Clinton and Jill Stein, asking what the point of this is. This isn't about making sure that the system is fair and a representation of our democracy. This is about making money, getting attention, and delegitimizing President-elect Trump when it was Hillary Clinton who said it was horrible if anyone decided not to accept the results. So that's what this is about, not about justifying the system.
One quick correction here. Just before the recount started, almost 4,917 votes were found in error, in a tabulation error, that all went to Hillary Clinton.
It doesn't change anything at the Electoral College. Nothing changes at the Electoral College.
I feel like I'm in Tallahassee 16 years ago. Thank you, Marianne.
Right. Then count all the votes.
Thank you, Katie.
See you, Bill.